I want See's candies! Yes, you do, Polar Bear. And what candy do you like the best at See's? The Lollipops, of course! Which one? All of them! Yeah, typical Polar Bear. Okay, this is going to be a fun review. And actually, when I first had my first See's Lollipop and opened it up, I was disappointed. Not funny! No, I'm just telling the truth, Polar Bear. So I opened it up, and it was the chocolate coconut flavor, which we have here. Oops. Okay, sorry about that. I accidentally hit the off button there. But I think we're okay. But yeah, I opened up a chocolate coconut flavored, and actually I didn't realize I'd bought in that flavor. I thought it was just chocolate to teach me to read the signs better. Anyway, I opened it up, and they are very, very nicely wrapped. I will say that. And the nice thing is they don't, because this Mylar wrapper, they really don't stick to it when you need to put it away to eat later. So that's a cinnamon one, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But anyway, opened it up and thought it looked like a Tootsie Roll. I'm expecting your traditional hard candy. And since I'm not going to assume everybody in the world knows what a Tootsie Roll is, that's a midgie, and the smaller ones come wrapped in wax paper, and the full-size ones come in, traditional Mylar full-size candy wrapper. Pleasantly surprised to find out that, yeah, the surface is a little soft, but it's hard as rock below, and it's actually harder than most of your traditional candies. I wouldn't actually call it a hard candy more. It's more like they've made a fudge and made it just super dense. Yeah. So, had the chocolate coconut one here. And like I said, I wasn't too sure and took a few looks and wasn't too sure. And I kept at it and really kind of came to appreciate flavor. These are made with cream and cream and butter. Of course, the chocolate has chocolate in it. And for the chocolate coconut flavor, you've got this rich, creamy flavor to it. The chocolate is as dark as you can get, but it's not bitter because of the cream and the butter and everything else that goes into it. And the coconut part of it is actually tastes like it's toasted. There's not coconut flakes in there or anything, but yeah, very, very nice flavor. Very glad I stuck to it. Okay, yeah, your cinnamon tastes like any red hot cinnamon, but you got this creamy flavor first and then your cinnamon flavor, and it's nice. Okay, I have also tried the butterscotch, which is this one. And it's not your traditional Nestle Toll House chip butterscotch. It's actually more of a caramel. Very good. Yeah, it did taste like butterscotch, but it tastes more like caramel to me. But yeah, definitely delicious. Now, one thing I will say with the butterscotch one, the stick did come out on me. And I don't know if that was just that particular pop or what, but just be aware that if you're giving these to young kids that the stick might come out. Okay, my favorite one so far is Cafe Latte. Unfortunately, they misnamed it. It should be Cafe Espresso or Cafe Coffee Bean. Again, this one, you get the flavors in waves. And this, the Cafe Latte, I think, works best as a lollipop because you get the creamy, milky flavor first, and then you get this flavor of coffee bean. Straight up eating coffee bean flavor, and it is wonderful. But I think if you ate it just as a regular hard candy, I think they sell that flavor in their pops, which are, just little hard candies like this. Well, this is a soft candy, but and I think it works best as a lollipop because you're taking it out of your mouth all the time, and your taste buds aren't developing that I'm used to it flavor, and where you don't get the full effect of the flavor when you just have it in your mouth the whole time. So it works great as a lollipop. Okay, we are going to test one of these live. About time! But first, wah! This is important, Polar Bear. It better be! Trust me, Polar Bear, it is. Okay, before I did my review, and this is actually more than a week later than I planned on, but it's just been so hot and I haven't felt like getting more than about 2 feet away from the fan once I get home. Yeah, Polar Bear's not happy. Okay, as you can see, these lollipops are, I think they're about 0.7 or 8 ounces, 90 calories. Actually, it probably says on the box here. Okay, one lollipop, 20 grams, and 90 calories, which, as rich and delightful as these are, and the fact they last a really, really long time, dieters, get to season, get some lollipops. You got great flavor, low calorie, and it's going to last a lot longer than that 100-calorie Snickers. And it tastes better, too! Okay, so anyway, in 1912, that's ancient history. Not really. It was before I was born. Okay, you got a valid point. Okay, in 2012, C's made the world's largest lollipop. I want it! I don't think it exists anymore. Wah! I was born too late! Yes, you were, Polar Bear. Okay, they made the world's largest lollipop, and it was chocolate. It was 7,003 pounds, which is called 7,000 pounds, which is 3,175 kilograms. The actual pop was 2 meters. That's about 6 feet, folks. And with the stick, it was 16 feet 7 inches. Took 14 and a half hours to make and a lot longer to cool down. And, yeah, 145,000 of these to make the world's largest lollipop, and they actually wrapped that thing and used a flatbed truck to take it on personal appearances. Did they let the people lick it? No, they had to lick the small lollipops. Yeah, probably better. More for me. So yeah, that's cool. And there's actually a video on C's YouTube page about that. Okay. while I was waiting to do this video, I decided to see if other people had reviewed C's Lollipops, and when the results came up, I decided I wasn't going to watch other people's reviews because it might skew mine. But I came across the fact that C's has a YouTube channel. It's a fun channel. You need to go check out their videos. Yes, they do. And the first thing I found out was that there's this very famous episode of I Love Lucy. Lucy loves C's candies. Yes, she does. Where it's called job switching, and it's supposed to be for the week, but it only ends up being a day. But in job switching, Lucy and her husband, and Vivian and her husband decide to switch spots with their wives for a week. The girls will go out and get jobs, and the boys will be house husbands. They didn't do a good job. That's true. Okay, so for this episode, the girls end up working at a candy factory. And they actually trained at C's Candies in LA. But here's the cool part of the episode. Early on in their one-day career at the candy factory, they're assigned to a station where they take a candy core, dip it in chocolate, do one of these things and set it down, and it's got a nice little swirl on it and perfectly coated. And the gal that shows them how to do this was actually a lady named Amanda Milligan, and she worked at C's Candies as a professional candy dipper. Yippee! She got all the C's she wanted, didn't she? She probably got a couple a day. Yippee! So in this scene, the girls get frustrated, and Lucy slaps the candy maker. Not very nice. Well, it was part of the scene. The lady knew it was going to happen. And the candy maker is supposed to slap Lucy back. Well, during rehearsals, the lady wouldn't slap Lucy very hard, and Lucy kept saying you need to do it harder. So during the actual filming, Lucy belts Amanda. And Amanda belts Lucy back, and Lucy's got this look on her face of shock and surprise, which is exactly what she wanted, because she was actually shocked and surprised. So, that was Amanda Milligan's one day as an actress, and she never actually watched the show. She watched wrestling at 9 o'clock, and I assume she went back to her job at the candy factory after her day of fame. But she actually said working on the set was the most boring day of her life. But there's a lot of downtime in filming. Oh, okay. Not like this. No, we're very fast. Okay. So yeah, C's Lollipops. They made the world's largest lollipops. They are instrumental in the job switching episode of I Love Lucy. And if you've never seen the conveyor belt scene from that show, it's a classic. So now time to taste! It is time to taste. And, okay, basically I know what the chocolate tastes like from the chocolate coconut. So it's kind of down to, do we do the root beer or the vanilla? And I'm going to be frank, we're trying the vanilla just because that's what I want to try. And these are very, very nicely wrapped. I did accidentally tear the wrapping on the cafe latte one, but I didn't end up needing it because it ended up getting consumed in one session. And like I said, the surface is a little bit sticky, but it's humid today, even though these are warm weather friendly. And yeah, we tore that a little bit. That's okay. So we've got a kind of a creamy color, not white. Very natural looking. So let's give it a shot. Hurry up! Yeah. The richest vanilla cream you've ever had. Oh my god, this is good. And, you know, considering that the individual lollipops are $1.05, and they're a little less than $1 when you buy the box, definitely great value. Yeah. I love C's! Yum, 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 yum.